So beautiful.
Are we moving?
So weird. The effect's not quite the same on film. So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone that's lost in the woods. Go say a prayer.
Mark 9:24. And straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I will believe. Help thou mine unbelief. Lord, we gather again to share your teachings and to share what you have told us as truth. We share it with other people who may be able to listen to this, open their ears, open their hearts and their minds. We're sharing the truth that you have given us and the knowledge that you have shared with us. As we walk with you, we trust, and we know that everything you have said is the truth, and we have no doubts about that. Thank you for the care, the safe passage, the protection with the rod and the staff. Everything that you've done for us before we're here today and tomorrow. As we walk with you, I want to thank you for the glorious path that you're showing us, the path home. And now we just ask that you help us share the message and share the truth to the people so that they can protect their families. There's so many people who need your guidance and your wisdom. And we're sharing what you have taught us. And I want to thank you for teaching us, and taking the time to make us, make the world. And we know our duties and responsibilities. We have many great people who walk with you. We all hold hands together. We all walk together with you. Help us to open some ears and some eyes tonight. In your Son's name we pray, Jesus. Amen. We have 4 Facebook group pages: the Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, Antlers, and surrounding areas. This is all on Facebook, of course. Choctaw Missing and Murdered, Woman and Son Center and Database, The Predator, Bigfoot, and the Spiritual Warrior's Path, and Lead Tracker E, all on Facebook. Lead Tracker E's new title of her YouTube channel is Bigfoot Predators and Spiritual Warfare. Like and subscribe to that. Lots of updates, lives, and tracking. On this channel, this name change also is Sasquatch Choctaw Tracking. We changed the name so that we could get a bigger algorithm to more people, so more people can hear the truth instead of listening to what is out there on other channels. Also, The Predator, Bigfoot, and the Spiritual Warrior's Path. Very important book. And if you don't have this book, it's very important that you get it for, not just for yourself, but for your family. We're going to be talking about some information in this book as well tonight. There's just so much information in just this one book that's filled with all the information that you need. We're working on our other new book, but you really need this book to help your family. It's also written in Spanish now. The Spanish translation version is titled "Pai Grande, el Depredador y el Sendero del Guerrero Espiritual." We're trying to get this book and more information out to more people. There's a lot. It's a cycle. It happens every year. All these things that we talk about. If some of the other channels would use this information, they could be helping a lot more people than what they're doing. Also, one of our other new books, Bigfoot Gifters. This book is when you hear people talking about whooping, calling, gifting, trying to communicate with predators, with Bigfoots. They don't know what the situation is. So that's a very important book that everyone also needs to get, especially if someone is telling you to gift or to try to communicate with these things. Also, we have that also in the Spanish version titled Las Ofrendas de Pai Grande. Tanya Marquez translated that for us pretty quickly. I'd like to thank her for doing that. And CT helps with the Predator Bigfoot, the Spiritual Warrior's Path. And this is on Amazon. If you can get this, you can also order through us. The description and things are in the link below. But you can get an autographed copy through us, or you can order through Amazon for the same amount of price. And if you do, please leave a review. Now, the newest book that we have is titled Monster Spotters. And Monster Spotters is the children's book that we put together. We're going to be talking a little bit about that also. It's a very, 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 very important book. And if you don't get this book, get the Monster Spotters book. Monster Spotters book is a great book to start off with. It's got a lot of valuable information. We're going to be talking about that also, like we said. But we have the annual, what we call the annual hunt coming up. It's already started in spring, but there's a hunt every period of spring, summer, fall, winter. There's always an annual hunt, and it's every year. And we're trying to give the information out to you. We got seasonal considerations in here. I'm not sure what. It's on page 177 in the Predator Bigfoot book, and we talk about different times, different cycles, what's going on at that time, and why other people come up missing. Our trackers don't come up missing, but a lot of people do. So if you don't have that book, please get that book. Our new webpage, PredatorBigfoot.com. Type that into your browser or search engine, and you will get to the Predator Bigfoot and Spiritual Warrior's Path webpage. There you can order these books. You can get the DVD. We got playlists on there. A very important playlist. What the Indians say. So many people say, well, the Indians say this, say that, but we actually got different tribes from around the north and south, and all the way to Alaska, to sit down and have a conversation and talk about what the Indians say, what we say. That playlist is on there. Also, spiritual warfare is on there. Things to help you with cleansing your house and things around and things to be aware of. So right now I'm going to go ahead and go to the comments and who's all here, and then we're going to get to what we're going to be talking about tonight, about the annual hunt, but also monitors. We don't expect any problems, but always be on your toes. We haven't had any problems in a long time, which is good. That allows us to just get to what we're talking about and getting the lesson done. So let's see. Oh, well, Tracker Lorna, she's first again at 3:13. I think I just put the link up right around that time. Lorna says that's a big face in the middle of a whole bunch more. Sure is. Let me put that back up real fast. This picture right here. There are others through here, but this is the most apparent. I mean, you can see some on the left and right, but on the top a little bit. But that's where they hide, and if you don't know that, you can swim right next to them. You can get your boat and put your boat right next to them. You can go swimming. You can go fishing, and find out that you're right next to a predator, but you don't want to find out when you're out there by yourself. You want to know this information before you even go fishing, hunting, camping, hiking, swimming, especially boating. Shadow Tracker J, she says, blessings Lead Tracker E and Tracker Lorna. And Lead Tracker E is not with us tonight, but she should be listening. I'm not sure. But and if you see her in the description, maybe she'll be able to get in tonight. Tracker Lorna saying hello to Shadow Tracker J. War Chief, of course. War Chief is here. Says halito I'll say and hola. Jerry Lead Horse Choctaw Williams, Lead Tracker E. Warriors, Shadow, and Thunder Trackers and friends. Got them all covered. Tracker Lorna saying hi to War Chief. And War Chief is saying good evening to Tracker Lorna. Shadow Tracker J. Shadow Tracker J is saying hello back to War Chief. And War Chief's got his tomahawk standing by. So we don't expect any problems. But if there is, it's going to be taken care of. Tracker Lorna says she has her pointed staff ready. All right. So I'm glad everybody is ready for this. Shadow Tracker Jace has brought her spirit, a sword of the spirit. So if anybody's here to discourage or interfere with the information that we're going to be putting out tonight, but now we've put this information out about every year around this time, but it still doesn't get to the right people. And we know this because there's so many things that happen that we can tell you what's going to happen, but there's not enough people getting this out, or not enough that this is being shared by the YouTube, groups. As far as the people who, control the YouTube, they're not getting this out to people. Then we see the same thing happen every year, but we're still going to do this every year, and every time we get a chance, so that we can help more people. And when it falls on to a new person's ear and they find this information out, it will save their life. War Chief says there's another predator Bigfoot face in the upper right of the picture. Yeah, the green one. And War Chief says hallelujah, and Track Lawrence says there sure is, and thumbs up. Melinda M. Damon, how you doing, Melinda? She says hello everyone, how are you doing today? Tanya and Jose Marquez. Uncle Jerry, hello. How are you doing, niece, nephew? Um, good. We were well. I was looking for you today, see if y'all were out and about. But I'm glad you are safe and doing well. Track Lauren saying hello to Melinda, and Ward Chief is saying hello to Melinda. Ward Chief, Truth Walker's here, waving. Ward Chief is saying hola, Jose and Tanya. Jose and Tanya is saying hi to Ward Chief. Says hi, Charles. Ward Chief is saying hello to Truth Walker. Says halito. Track Lawrence says hi, Las Adventures de Jose y Tanya Marquez La Patron. Track Lawrence says hi to Truth Walker. Jose and Tanya says hi, Lorna. Truth Walker saying halito, Ward Chief. Tracker Lorna. Jose and Tanya, Melinda, Shadow Tracker Jay. Anyone else I've missed? And Las Adventures is saying hello to Truth Walker. Shadow Tracker Jay is saying blessings, Melinda. Also, blessings, Las Adventures. All right. Shadow Tracker Jay says blessings, Truth Walker. Kay Neff. Kay is in the back room because she's always having problems getting linked in, so she's in the backstage. So now she can communicate with everybody. Tracker Lawrence saying hello to Kay. Ward Chief was saying hello to Kay. Shadow Tracker Jay saying blessings, Kay. Not Stars is here saying, well, saying halito. And is that and? I think it means and. And hola. And Not Stars is got smiley faces. Ward Chief is saying hello to Night Stars. Shadow Tracker Jay is saying hello to Night Stars. Ward Chief is saying amen. Night Stars, amen. Shadow Tracker Jay, amen. Hey, Bigfoot Predators and Spiritual Warfare is in the room saying amen. Truth Walker is saying amen. Tracker Lorna is saying amen. And also Truth Walker saying hello to Night Stars and Lead Tracker E. I mean, if you can connect in, we can get you in here. Bigfoot Predators and Spiritual Warfare. Tracker Lorna is saying hello to Night Stars, and Night Stars saying back to Tracker Lorna and to Truth Walker. She's also saying hello to Shadow Tracker Jay and Mr. War Chief. Big smiley face on that. And War Chief says, it seems we're down a warrior tonight. I hope all is well. Where's your co-pilot, lead horse? In the room, for sure. Night Star says 10-4. And she's, yeah, where's lead tracker? Well, she's in the room. She's remember we kind of talked about it, but also remember we don't talk about it. And tracker meetings we'll talk about, but here, so you know, but she's in the room for sure. And Tracker Lawrence says, pray lead tracker E is okay. Yep, perfect. She's doing great. Safe as a bug in a rug, they say. Mary, Cheetah. All right, Tracker Cheetah is in the room also. She says, hi, Jerry, and then hello, Ella, and hello to all the fabulous trackers. Here, Tracker Lawrence saying hello to Mary. Shadow Tracker Jay saying hello to Mary. Truth Walker saying hello, Mary. Night Star saying hi, Mary. Night Stars is saying hi, Tanya and Jose. Night Stars is saying hi, Kay. Bernice, Tracker B is here. All right. Truth Walker saying hello, Bernice. Shadow Tracker is saying blessings, Bernice. War Chief is saying hello, Mary S. Or hello, Cheetah. Elastic Machinery saying hello, or howdy, y'all. Tracker Lorna is saying amen. And War Chief is saying hello to Bernice. Tracker Lorna is saying hello to Elastic Machinery. I don't know how long you're going to be here, Bernice, but If you're going to be here for just a little bit, we're talking about drownings right now. Oh, also one more thing I need to talk about real fast is that the new tracker course is going to be August 21st. We moved that because we got a couple things that we got coming up, and if you're able to watch this, Lorna, Karen, we sent your money back to you um, because the course isn't until August the 21st. But we're ready. I mean, whenever it's time, you got your spot. Don't worry about that. We know you're going to be there, so don't worry about that. But the next tracker course is going to be August the 21st because, like we said, we got a couple things coming up, and we need to focus on that also right now. So tonight we're talking about water spirits and water drownings. The annual hunt is quickly arriving. So we have to prepare every year because there's so many new people. Our trackers know all about this, but there's so many people who don't know about this. The other channels don't talk about this, not that I know of. But without the knowledge of what's out there, what and even in the Bible it talks about the giants, the demons, the hybrids, water spirits. Talks about things going from body to body, disfigurations, lion-headed people. There's a whole bunch of hybrids out there, and these things are still here, as in the days of Noah and after. And they're still hunting, and they do eat people. So it's very important that we know that these things are here so we can prepare not just ourselves but our children. Now, I know that there are many. This is Memorial Day weekend coming up, and we wanted to do this before, but I mean before this weekend happens. That's coming up, Memorial Day weekend. That's the beginning of the water spirits. It's time for them to get ready for hunting, and they know this is the time, and they're preparing right now. The water's warming up. They know people are coming. They've already got people that are coming out right now, and these things are hungry every year. And you got so many people who don't know that these predators swim in the water, live in the water, hunt in the water, and the things that they will do to attain food, to attain human blood, human flesh. So this is the beginning of the hunt time. This is one of those times that in the springtime they hunt on ground. When spring comes up, they're hunting the new baby cows, the lambs. They're still hunting people at that time. Some of these Masonic groups and satanic groups have human hunts at this time, but the predators also get to hunt, and some people own these things, and they let these things hunt at certain times and hunt people. So these are real things that happen every year. So the beginning of the water spirits hunting time is right now. It's already started, but Memorial Day weekend is the big hunt time. If you, even from last year, if you go back and read the drownings, all the drownings that happened Memorial Day weekend all over the United States, all over the world. I mean, United States especially, because this is when everybody gets together. Everyone goes fishing, swimming, camping. It's usually about the first time that everybody gets to go out. And the water is just warm enough so you can get out there. But these creatures are out there waiting too. I want to start off with We're going to go to the book. Now, this is in the first page. As soon as you turn it over in the table of contents, right there, water spirits. And that's on page 68, water spirits. Now, I'm only going to read. I'm going to read about the first 2 chapters of water spirits in the Predator, Bigfoot, and Spiritual Warrior's Path. If you don't have this book, you really do need this to help your families, help yourself. If you're a researcher, you need this book. If you just finding out that these things are real, or if you don't even know that they're real, you need this book so that you will have the upper hand. And you need the upper hand right now before everything happens. So I'm going to read I'll read the first 2 paragraphs. There are many groups of hunting predators, each having their own hunting group area based on their own mutations. The Predator Bigfoot and Predator Bigfoot hybrid hunting groups, known as Predator Water Spirits, through their translucent look of bending light, have a crystallized or watery haze look in water as on land. It is even easier for them to hide in water. All of the Predator Bigfoots will attack on, in, or near the water, but these particular water predators have webbed hands and 3-toed webbed feet, and beaks as fowls, but with razor-sharp teeth. Some have tails and scales. They are also known as marine spirits. Some look like mermaids, but not in the fanciful versions displayed by Disney. These predators will use objects such as flotation devices, children's toys, loose boats or canoes to lure people. Boating, fishing, swimming, and picnic areas near water are the hunting grounds of predator water spirits. The objects used will be across the river, placed there for people to enter the water and swim to collect an object. To draw children and adults to the water's edge, the Predator Bigfoot hybrid will place fishing gear, lures, tackle boxes, and shiny objects stolen from victims near the water's edge as their bait. Loose boats and canoes will also be in the place where the owner has to enter and swim to retrieve their belongings. Now I'm going to go to page 70. And I'm going to read the second and part of the 3rd paragraph on page 70 in the Predator Bigfoot and Spiritual Warrior's Path book. So this is page 70, the second and part of the 3rd paragraph. The predator water spirits will pull a victim underwater to drown. They will topple small boats to get victims into the water and hold a person down until deceased. Then they will drain the blood from the victim. Another tactic the predator water spirits will use is to force a person into a lake or pond and surround the water until the victim is weak and treading water and easy prey. Like a cat, they enjoy torturing their victims. Now here's the 3rd paragraph of half of the 3rd paragraph. After draining the blood from a victim, the body can be found in the center of a pond or lake, being held down by rocks or large tree debris. In some areas, the body will be left in an area where searchers can find the body very easily, but if no one is aware of or no one is aware or searches for the victim, the predator Bigfoot hybrid will keep the stored body to eat later. Now, this is in the Predator Bigfoot and Spiritual Warrior Path, but there's much more information. Thunder and lightning, body's natural warning signs, shoots, crowds, X's, rooms, walls, twists, your property. There's more information here that you're going to find anywhere, and this book will save lives, and it already has. Now, I want to show what they look like. These are, if especially when they're in the water. When they're in the water, and everyone knows what water looks like. So when you see this in the water, this is so hard to really see. When you, under the brush, say it's an underhang, just like the picture that we showed, just like this picture, they will, it's in the book also in the same chapter, we talk about how they'll put mud, they'll lay sticks on their face, leaves, debris, grass, and they'll be sunk up into their neck in water, hiding their body, and just caked in up against the embankment, just waiting. It is a camouflage, it is a predator technique to hunt. But also, if they're in the underbrush, the dark area, just like this one, you will also, it's very hard to see these. When you're looking for these, you have the book. This tells you where to look for them. We got the DVD that shows you exactly where they will be also. They, even in the embankment areas or just off the bank, you know, sometimes you have to let your eyes unadjust. This one you can see the mouth with the sharp teeth. That one eye is being shown, looking at you very clearly, and you have the other one going the other way. This one was sent in by Pyromedic. This is and they're always in a group. This is a group of them. And you're going to find these in the waterways. Here's one in the brush, just in some green brush. And as translucent, it took that color. And here, and you can see this one very clearly. But if your eyes aren't trained, and if you don't have the information in here, you're going to walk right past these, right up to these. We know a friend of ours who, well, actually two. One was actually hit in the chest, and we talked about the other one of not being able to see these things. And they do use rocks, they do use sticks as weapons. They make spears, make hooks out of tree roots to pull people in. Here's another one who's just in the tree area. And with our trackers, we train for this. We train to look for this. We look for the translucency, look for the outline. And we also know that there's going to be multiple small ones on a big one, or they're going to be just like our, I don't have one here. One of our tracker card. Lead tracker is looking that way, and I'm looking that way, but it's two people in one photo, and that will throw a lot of people off as well. So these water spirits, they use a lot of things that we look for to let us know if these predators are around. In your Predator Bigfoot, a lot of people call this a manual, so I'll use that word for right now. You have tools and weapons use. You have missing persons, where we talk about that. Bird languaging. Translucent viewing, learning how and to train your eyes to look for these things. To use the body's natural warning signs. Tracking and reading signs, structures, ambush. There's just so much information in here. But also on 138, bridges, embankments, and ravines. Page 141, holes, tunnels, crevices, and caves. Page 176, on or near bodies of water. There's a lot of information in here that people just, really, I couldn't tell you why they don't have this book. I see other channels, and I see we get reports all the time, and if the people had this book, they wouldn't be part of the missing. And we hear about things, but we hear about it afterwards. And if people had the book before, there wouldn't be us hearing about them afterwards. When we talk about bridges always have traps. Bridges, and while we talk about bridges, we're talking about trees or logs laid over waterways, which small animals or people can walk across that bridge. But once they're on that bridge moves. And just like any kind of motion detector, these predators know when there's something on those bridges, or they can see because they're watching the bridges, watching for food to come across and into their trap. I've seen videos where there's people playing on these bridges, or they're fishing right next to a bridge, and those people don't know what these signs are. If you don't know what these signs are, you're going to be at these traps or in these traps. Now we're going to show a couple of bridges what we're talking about. One of our trackers sent this in, Shadow Tracker JA. This is what we're talking about, bridges that cross the waterways. Just like this one, it's crossing the waterway. Now there's traps at the base and on the other side in the brush line. But just to give you an example, if you look at the snow here, these are all animal tracks. And these bridges are put there to capture prey. So if the children don't know that these are bridges, that these are hunting areas, they're going to be out there playing. They're going to be hanging onto that bridge, walking across, jumping up and down on it. And these predators are going to be watching, and they're going to be alerted on. And they do eat people too, so they're going to be watching. There's so many people who disappear that fast, that quick, even in the backyard, places they've been all the time, but they just don't know where they're at or what they're doing. They don't know that they're jumping on a trap. They're making this trap. They're alerting the predator that food is right here. And kids don't know this unless the parents teach them. Here's another bridge, another Shadow Tracker 888 sent in. This bridge anyone could walk over, but like we said, there's a trap underneath that bridge, and there's a predator Bigfoot up there in the hill, top of the hill, watching that bridge, just like we talked about. It's right there beside the tree, just looking, watching that bridge, and it was watching the tracker at the time to see. I wish I had the other photo. I might. Let me see if I can get it real fast, because it's in the children's book, and Let me get to that real fast. Okay, 1 sec, no matter, I just gotta. Okay. Sometimes it lets me load. Let's take a second here. So we're showing bridges, but let me see if I can get this real fast for you. I hope it works. One reason I'm wondering is I got a couple other photos that we're going to be showing. Oh, good, it loaded. Now we're talking about the bridges. Give me 1 second. This is in the Monster Spotters book here. Check out a better photo. Monster Spotters book, and let me find the page. Now, in the Monster Spotters book is on page 44 and 45. And it talks about bridges. And it's in the children's book. So, getting the children to see this will help them and be safe out there. And even in the picture here, this is one of the pictures from the book. I'll read the words because that's just a picture. It says, monster bridges are big and small, but we must be careful around them all. And on the next page, that's page 44, page 45, it says, the monsters hide at either end, and none of them will be your friend. But this is the one that, in the book, it has the arrows to show you where these traps are, where the bridges, where the hiding places are going to be. A lot of people, a lot of grown people don't know that these bridges are out there. And that it's a hunting area. Now I want to show you a quick video of a bridge and what we're talking about. And you're gonna, it's only about a minute and a half, but if you see these big bridges out there, I mean the bigger the tree, the bigger the predator. But also they make the small ones just for the small animals. But we're going to show you, just like in the book, let me play it at 44, 45. we're going to show you in real life what we're talking about so that you see for yourself and you're able to teach your children. Don't be playing. If you see these things, let your parents know, because there's a predator hunting in your area. It's not there putting these things up to help the animals cross. It's putting it there so it can eat the animals and anyone else who gets on them. Let's watch this video real fast.
Are brute strength, strangling, breaking necks, biting, crushing, and decapitation, as well as drowning and suffocation. Razor-sharp claws or teeth to rip prey apart. Tracker E takes the lead tracker position. As Tracker E observes the ambush place, I stand guard, awaiting Tracker E's report.
I found tracks and the ambush spot in the exact location under the bridge. I waited for my support, then observed for sound or movement. From the entrance, I could see the bridge, signs of struggle, and anything moving in the area. The cave was intentionally and strategically dug out and hidden. It was roughly L-shaped, approximately 12 feet deep on the stem end, and approximately 5 to 6 feet wide from top to bottom and side to side. I entered the cave and could almost stand upright. I'm 5'8" tall. I could see the shafts of light above shining through the holes I mentioned earlier. They lit up the longer section to the right or north so that I could see the sloping ceiling of the section being dug out in the back. The entire area looked well used with little debris. Looking upward, I could see reinforcing wood intertwined. My feelings informed me it was time to back out. My support was at low ready, so I exited. The way I had entered was too steep and covered in mud and not returnable, so I made my way down to the creek bed through a narrow runoff channel that was rib-high on the sides and full of roots, debris, sharp sticks, and snags from the knees down. We made our way back to base and also cast a set of juvenile Bigfoot tracks.
So those bridges, they have blinds on the bushy side, but they'll also, if it's in an embankment, there's going to be another hole right there. And you may not see a big hole, but they're watching, and it'll be a smaller hole, or they'll have bushes in front of that hole. But definitely there's going to be a cave on either end. And if it's a big ravine like that one, you're going to find caves and holes on both ends. All these waterways, all animals need water. So wherever there's a pond, a river, a lake, that's where you're going to find these predators. They're always going to be looking for waterways to set up traps. Where the kids go fishing, where the kids go canoeing, hiking, up to those rivers, up to those lakes. We got to teach them at a young age that these things are out there. Now, the best way to teach a child is get them the Monster Spotters book. The best way to teach an adult, get both books. We also have the Bigfoot Gifters book. That's for people who, if you hear people saying whoop, call them out, leave them a gift, get that book for them. Or if you've done that or are doing that, get that Bigfoot Gifters book. They're all on Amazon. You can order them through here also, get an autographed copy. But learn what's going on, and don't guess, and don't be getting information or taking advice from someone who's guessing. If anything that they say in that whole conversation, if they say maybe, or we could try this, or I would do this, get the book, get the information, learn the right way of how to deter, not to encourage, but to deter these predators. When you find tracks around your house, when you find tracks in a neighboring park, anywhere close, there's a predator. If not, there's always more than one. So there's a lot of predators, multiple predators in your area, hunting in your area. Of course, we were showing that these bridges But these Bigfoots are always there. They're always hunting. They're in the waterways. Some of them have 3 toes. Some of them have 5 toes. Some of them have 6 toes. Some of them are webbed. Some of them are clawed. Some Bigfoots have hooves. Some have a half foot with claws up on top. Some of them have a human-looking foot, and those are mostly the juveniles, because when they start stretching out, they start changing. They're constantly changing. They never stay the way they are after they're either birth or hatched. They keep changing. Their arms grow longer. Their torso grows higher than their legs. Some can still grow horns out, more fangs. So this is a 3-toe print. These things are out there. We've got multiple prints, multiple casts. We stopped casting because they're everywhere. And if you can't get your own cast, and you're not either looking correctly or you don't know what to look for in the first place. Every place we've been, we've found tracks, we've found signs, all these things that we're talking about. Here's some. This is stone, and now that's 2 faces. That's one face in the front, one face on the back, or on the top looking part. And that's the way they look, because there'll be one up here, one up there, one over here. You know, they break up the silhouette, so you don't get a human-looking form, which you'll see that easy. But if you have one here and you got the eyes looking this way, that way, multiple, because they're so small, they're on one that's looking at you. You're not gonna your mind, if you're not trained, your mind will say, "Oh, that's just pareidolia," or maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. But they are actually bunched in together on top of each other to throw that off. So we have to train our eyes to see that, hey, instead of thinking that there's one, look and see the smaller ones. And you can count them too. There may be 10 right there. And those 10, those small ones, they still feed too. They still eat too. Here is a wooden one. This was in Louisiana, where people had been building a garden. They would, to try to keep them away, they would make them a garden so they wouldn't come and get their garden, but that doesn't stop them. These things have the demon's appetite, so they're going to consume and consume and consume and consume until there's nothing to consume. And if you notice around your home area that, say 5 years ago, you might have had a lot of deer, you might have had a lot of snakes, might have had a lot of rabbit, but now you don't. But you have to pay attention to things like that. You may have a lot of crows and ravens where there used to be songbirds, yellowbirds. But now you have ravens, you have crows, you have hawks. Those are all predators hunting, and they also help the predator Bigfoot locate food. Also know that this is another waterway. This is a ravine. We was tracking some in an area that these predator Bigfoots have eaten 9 out of 12 horses. There's only 3 horses left, and we're going to be checking on that pretty soon also to see if those horses are still there, or at least those 3 are left. I'm kind of doubting it, but I know the owner now is paying more attention, but he still doesn't believe that his Bigfoot's doing this. And just 9 just got wiped out almost every other month. Now here's a few pictures of here's the first Bigfoot I've seen, but this is actually 2 of them. You can see the elbow, you can see the hand. The hand has got looks like black leather gloves. And if you was to blow this up, you would see that it's got a pointed elf-looking ear. It's got a cone head, and you can kind of see the brow ridge area. There's no neck, very big. But on the other side of the tree, that's also another one, and that one's looking this way. That's another cone head. And that was the first one that I seen. Now, where we was led into a trap, well, we didn't go into the trap, but we knew that they were laying a trap for us because we was tracking them. And they just made those tracks just like, come on down into the ravine. We didn't fall for that, but we did look at the other side and started taking pictures. And then we seen this dark shadow when we blew it up. And this is one of the predators that was waiting for us. And it's got like an alligator looking snout, sharp teeth, very good. I mean, it was not standing straight up, but it was still, I would say, at least 8 foot crunched down. So if it was stood up, and how big it was. But we didn't go into that trap. We backed out and went the other way. But we got our photos, we got the evidence, and we didn't focus on them. And that's also, if you see these things, don't focus on them. Get your picture, get your video, scan, take a picture, take a picture, take a picture, or take your video and go real slow so that you capture them, and you can go over that video later and just keep going. Don't let them know that you can see them and that you have taken a picture of them, because they will get aggressive. Here's one that was in the dark. I hope you can see this wolf-looking predator, the snout, the teeth. There's also one on the bottom. You see the snout kind of in the very center, but there's also another one that's human looking, that's to the right cheek of that predator right there. So they're always more than one, and they bunch in together to throw and this is a perfect example of throwing the eyes off. Because a person may think, well, it kind of looked like one, but it didn't look like a wolf, it didn't look like a person, but this is actually two that are side by side. Now, this next one, even the Bible talks about the giants. Tracker Not Star sent this one in. And when you're looking at the trees in the forest, you got to distinguish what trees are, because the giants are so big that you're not thinking that this giant is up there. You're not thinking that there's a giant with the legs as long as the trees, or is standing right next to or kind of corner to a tree, but there's a leg. So here's a giant. I want you to look at this real fast, because you would have never seen this if you don't know about giants, if you don't know that these things are out there. You could have walked right up to this thing. You could even set up camp right next to this thing. It's got really, really long legs, really long arms. And those are trees, small trees in there. And this thing is bent over. It's got a small body, small upper body, really long legs like a spider. This one's bent over, and it's looking through the hole in the tree, or the hole in the brush. But you can see its eyes, you can see its nose, its mouth, kind of human looking. But this is a giant. It's out there. These things hunt. They eat people. They eat your livestock. They eat your pets. And Tracker Not Star sent this in. This is the giant. I wanted to also show this one also in the book, Monster Spotters. Also in the book. Let me get a good picture of that. But in this book, Monster Spotters, let me find which page this is on, because we were talking about this just the other day, and how people and we showed this to our trackers. It's probably the first time we're showing this here. We may have shown it before, I'm not sure. But this is on page 33 in the Monster Spotters book. It says, ask for help if you lose your way. We all need help sometimes, and that's okay. But you see, that trailer and the predator Bigfoot on the other side, the bow, the trash, and that's an isolated area. So, and the story, now this is the picture that's in the book without the words. So you see it a little bit better. But we were, the book was already out, and I think it's about a month ago, I was looking through the Facebook market ads and stuff, just browsing. Wasn't looking for anything particular. I just like seeing what's all out there. And so this was in our Monster Spotters book, and all the artwork is by Lee Trackery. But I'd seen this trailer, and it was just listed. And then I looked at the very top of it, by that tree, and there's multiple in this picture, but this one stands out the most. And that's on a listing for this trailer. So in the Monster Spotters book, we didn't just put these or do all that hard work just to show you pictures. We wanted to give you examples of where these things are, where to find these things to help protect you and your family. And when the children get to read this, they learn a lot. There's so much information in just these books. I wish I could show you all the pages, but if you want to see the rest of them also, you can find that on Amazon, or you can order through us. And these are $20 plus $5 shipping and handling. The Predator Bigfoot book is $25 plus $5 shipping and handling. The Bigfoot Gifters is $20 plus $5 shipping and handling, and we can get those to you. Also, Danette, we sent you your tracker information today, so that should be very soon getting to you if you're in the room. This is also what our trackers get once they complete graduation, become a part of the team. I want to do a few comments, and then I want to come back to finish this up. Well, or another segment really, because we got just a little bit more to cover. But let's see if we got any newer people here. Let's see what's going on. I can already tell that Elastic Machinery is here, and Deborah is here. All right. She says, good evening. Deborah said as she sat down quietly. Good seeing you, Deborah. Everybody's saying hello to you. JR is here. All right, JR. Good seeing you. He said he just got home. Okay, good. Glad you're here. Lisa Lou. All right, Lisa. Good seeing you. She said, hope hope everyone is well. We are Lisa Lou, and thank you for visiting and being here. It's been a while. We're always happy to hear from you. CT. All right. CT is here. And we talked about you a little bit about helping with the translation and the book that we're talking about. Well, talking about a couple but the Purge of Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path. I don't have the Spanish version. It's right over there. But Shade Viking, the shade is here. Where'd it go? Here we go. The shade. All right. Good seeing you, Shade. And Lisa Lou says she's going to chat afterwards. And everybody's saying hello to Shade Viking. And Shade is saying Jerry Nella and Trackers. CT is thank you. Blessings to you also, Tracker Laura. All right. CT is also saying hit the like, and the information is truly valuable. It is, and I wish people had this, especially so they know what's going to happen before it happens. It's not a prediction book. It's a pattern book. It teaches you patterns. These things happen yearly, every year, and I know people are going to after, because this happens every year. It's not a prediction. It happens every year. That people are going to be sending this information and saying there was a drowning here, there's a drowning here. Memorial Day weekend, there was 20 drownings, there was 50 drownings, we know. That's why we're trying to get this information to everybody as much as possible. To let them know that around those waterways, there's going to be traps. Around the embankments, if you're canoeing, like we talked about, just read the chapter, they will tip those boats over, and we got stories already of that. They will flip those small boats over. They will hold people under, and if they do that, they will take the body to the very center of whatever lake it is or pond. Go to the very center and bury it in debris, rocks, or trees that are down there, to keep that body submerged. So if there's a drowning in your area, have whoever's doing the search and rescue, have them go out to the very center and start there. They may find more people than what they're looking for, but or more information than what they're looking for, but that's where it's going to be. Go out there, look for it right there first, before they spend hours and hours and hours, searching everywhere else. Go to the very center and go down. Hey, Lyrical Jazzy. She says, hey, everybody, me and Mom are watching on the TV. All right. We're going to be talking about y'all in just a minute also. Everybody's saying hello to Lyrical Jazzy and Mama and Nico and Papa. Danette, and we just talked about you also, Danette, and I hope you heard that your tracker information has been sent out today, so it should give it about 5 to 7 days, and it should be there. And for the first tracker meeting, make sure you have a black shirt. The patches on the right side, 2 fingers down from the seam, 2 fingers down from this center seam, centered, and 2 fingers down, and it'll go right there. For right now, you can use like a tape. If you don't want to sew it on right now, you can use some tape. Just have it on your black shirt for the tracker meeting. And thank you, Danette. Oh, Tracker 17. Wow, thank you so much. Got a super sticker. We appreciate that. We really do. There's some things that we're trying to take care of, and this helps immensely. Thank you, Tracker 17. Everybody, thank you, Tracker 17. Tracker 17 is saying hello to War Chief. K-Neff is saying hello to 17. I'm glad to see you there. Tracker 17 also has a link to the books. That you should have. And can y'all hear that thunder that just went off? Our vehicle is not in the area right now, so that's why there's thunder. These things don't see our vehicle here. This place will get loud and rowdy with thunder. But if our vehicle's here, that happened because we got our alarm going. But they're in the area. Those, if you don't know what we're talking about, Thunder and lightning, page 66. And that's going on right now. Do you know how to stop thunder? Do you know how to stop that thunder from thundering? There are many ways to do that. And in the book, it tells you exactly what to do. But all of our trackers know what to do. You use a car alarm. You use some kind of bell. Every time that goes off, hit your car alarm. Let them know, I know that that's not thunder. I know that those are predator Bigfoots sounding like thunder and making that noise. And if you read this book, you'll know what they're doing. And they're trying to make it so bad that you leave, you run, you lose your faith in God. And that's what they want. If you run, you don't have any faith in God that he's going to protect you. So if you run, you're fair game. And many people run. And not just from storms, but what's in the book. If you can, get the book. It's very important that you have it. Also, Bernice, we're sending you the Monster Spiders book and also the Bigfoot Gifters book. And that'll be in the mail to you pretty soon, as soon as we can get up that way. We got Danette's out, but we're going to get yours out as soon as we can. Those will be shipped to you. And that's coming from the tracking teams. They wanted you to have these books, so they purchased them for you, and we're going to send them out to you. Great people. Now, if I go outside for just a second and pop off a round or two with the shotgun, hold your ears. No, don't be alarmed. I'm just shooting at the open space out there. I'll be shooting in the direction that I hear the thunder. So if that happens, that's just an example. If you can hear this thunder, I don't know if you can or not, but if you can hear it, it's going to continue and it's going to get louder. But if I get up and go outside and shoot at least twice, you're not going to hear any more thunder. They're going to get quiet. It's not a phenomenon. It's not magic. Those are predator Bigfoots who sound like thunder, who sound like lightning. And they're around water too. See, it's never this loud. But our vehicle is not here. So, and I'm not outside. So you're going to hear this thunder get a little louder. But if I go outside with that shotgun and shoot twice at least, I usually shoot one time and catch their attention, and then you're going to hear a low rumble because they're going, And then when they go off again, I'll shoot again because I don't have the horn, and then the thunder will go away. Next time you hear it, it's going to be way over the mountain, somewhere else. Let me catch up again. Everybody's saying hello, and the best review, the Monster Spiders, Facebook.com. That's good. Thank you for putting that up. Tracker17 says, faith in God makes trackers tougher. That's right. When you got God in your corner, don't worry about anything else. Tracker Lorna says, always keep the armor of God on. That's right. Tracker Lorna says, pew pew, or hit your car alarm. Exactly. See, our trackers know what to do. And it was something too, because one time someone had said, I'm going to try that. And they did, and the thunder went away. When we visited Tracker B, the storm was coming in. We started hitting our alarm. The storm came, but the thunder quit. And for that next night, it was quiet. And she said, they know you're here because it's every night those dogs are barking. But they weren't that night, or that next night either. They knew we were there. And we were setting our alarm off. JR says, not stars. You don't get trigger happy. Now, don't get trigger happy. now, this is also sent in from Tracker Not Stars. Not really sent in, but she posted about this. But it comes straight from the book. If people would read this book and the information that we're sharing with you, you would understand how important this book is, just with that thunder and lightning, with what we're talking about tonight. Memorial Day weekend, there's going to be drownings. We know that. And we know that people are going to be typing in and saying, yeah, you were right. There's a lot of drownings this weekend. We said, yeah, we know that. But we wish the people had the book or seen this stream beforehand so they would know that these predators are out there hunting, and they know you're coming to the water. Some people are going to be drinking out there. They know that. They know you're going to be canoeing. They know that if you're out there alone somewhere, camping alone, camping in small groups, they will take people. They thirst. They hunger for that. So this was on a report, from Tracker Not Stars. I copied this down. And this is in Georgia, USA. It says thoughts. It says, according to the, Forsyth County Sheriff's Office, he did not appear to be wearing a life jacket. Valencia's car, a Honda Accord, was found parked near Little Ridge Park, where investigators now believe he launched his kayak. Deputies located the kayak in a nearby cove and have since focused search efforts in that area, which is roughly 10 acres. Now, the kayak is going to be pushed, and the kayak also catches waves and water, so it's going to keep going. That's not where you're going to do your searching. You go back to where it started, and then you go out to the very center and look for it. Look for that person. And these are people who don't have the book. These are people who don't have the book, don't have the information, don't know that these things are out there, and some people don't even believe that they're real. Then it says, officials recovered a body near the area of Little Ridge Park. It has not been identified yet as Dustin Valencia. It is found in the center of the cove, in 51 feet of water. I'll blow that up a little bit for you. It was found in the center of the cove. You go to the center. You go to the center. That's where they store the food. You're going to find this you'll find this information in Predator Bigfoot Spiritual Warriors Path. And in the background, you see 2 lakes out there. If somebody wants to disappear, or there's a drowning that they find a boat turned over, go to the center of those lakes. That's where you're going to find the body. I know it's we can't help afterwards, but we can help before. We can help before. We can't help afterwards, but we can help before. If you get these books, if you read these books, get the information, learn it. They're, like we're talking about thunder and lightning right now. It's happening right now. We can shut that down. But we're doing a live stream right now. And if it gets too bad, I'll go out there, I'll shoot the shotgun twice, and that thunder will stop. And you'll see it, you'll hear it, it'll just go away. Because we know that it's them. It's predators, it's Bigfoots. And there's multiple, there's a lot of them. So in this book, you're going to find in the table of contents, in water spirits are airborne thunder. And that's on page 66, thunder and lightning. And that's what's happening right now also. But right there on page 68, under water spirits, These are hunting groups. They hunt in water. And that, now there it says, this is after draining, after draining the blood from the victim, the body can be found in the center of the pond or lake, being held down by rocks or large tree debris. And that first sentence again, the body can be found in the center of a pond or lake. Officials in the body near the area of the Little Ridge Park has not been identified yet as Dustin Valencia. It was found in the center of the cove in 51 feet of water. It was found in the center of the cove. Here in the Predator Bigfoot book, the body can be found in the center of the pond or lake, being held down by rocks or tree debris. We can give you the information. We'd love for you to have the information beforehand, so there's no more stories like that. We wish that there was no more stories like that. Buy it for a friend, buy it for a family member, buy it for someone who doesn't believe, buy it for someone who's going camping Memorial Day weekend. That's the first official hunting time for these water spirits, for these predator, water, aquatic Bigfoots. They hunt in the water. They're going to be hunting. They do it every year. If you go back last year, just look up drowning victims in your area. Drowning victims, and it's always better to look for drowning victims in the next state, because a lot of times you don't get the information in your own state. Now, people from another, like Colorado or Wyoming or Utah, they're going to get your information, but they're not going to have their own information. So it's always better to trade information. What do you have in my area? What do you see in my area? So if you have the book, we got the thunder going on. Read that, page 66. We got water spirits on page 68. Read page 70 where it talks about what they'll do. We have another friend who we had a live stream on, and they were talking about a turtle frog Batman, a turtle and a frog and a bat and a man. These hybrids that mix together, and that's another aquatic one, but this one has wings. Let me get to see if there's any more comments, and then we're just going to talk a little bit more. Jody, hey Jody, she says best channel, go get them. Good evening all. Hey, all right. Tracker 17 saying hello to Jody. Tracker Lorna saying hi Jody. Shadow Tracker J saying hi Jody. War Chief is saying hi. Holly told Jody. Night Stars is smiling, and she's always got good information. Even though all of our trackers will say something like, "Well, that's all I got for this meeting," but we're going, "Wow, you have all that." That's all great information. All great. What do you call important information. Very important information. Hebrew is here. Says hello everyone. Shade Viking is saying Tracker 17 salute. Tracker Lorna is saying hi to Hebrew. Now starts saying hey 17 with a smiley face. And Hebrew saying that turtle frog Batman is a shocker. We have a rendition drawing of that. And everybody saying hello to Hebrew. Let me see if I can find that real fast, because it's a rendition that Lee Tracker E did from the description, and we kept sending it back, and It would say, well, look more like this, look more like that. The skin was more green. And she just kept working with it until she got it. And this one jumped out of a tree knowing that these people were coming out at that time going to work. And we're so glad that they're okay. But these things, they're hunting right now. They know this weekend's coming up. It's kind of like you're just waiting for this time that you're going to be you are waiting for something like this to happen. These things are waiting for this time right now. I don't really see it right now. Only because I had to make room and I put it into a different file. I'll give one more quick look. Let's see what comes up real fast. But I know that you've got reports and that you know that there's drownings every Memorial Day weekend, but we also look for the suspicious ones, the ones who just go under, the ones who just disappeared. Also in the sheriff reports, look at the wording and see how they're not given a cause of death, or the body is not near where the event happened. We got to look for all those things, all those clues. Scrapes, puncture wounds, bruises on the body. And if there's any, and I know a lot of people can't, but if it's a family member or something and this happens, always ask the coroner or ask the doctor check for blood loss. Check for puncture wounds underneath the arm and the inside of the right leg where those veins come up and come out. Don't be surprised when you do find that these things are there, that you find the puncture wounds. Check the entire body. Check where the veins go. These predators know the body. They know the blood. It's like a vampire. Well, it basically is a vampire. It does drink blood. It will drink the entire amount of blood. And then you also hear the coroner saying exposure. That's a red flag. Well, I couldn't find that one. But let me go ahead and get back to the comments real fast. And the thunder's kind of quieting it down, so I may not have to shoot. But they do like to test if nobody's what's the word, confronting them. Everybody saying hello to Hebrew. Let's see. Hebrew said he's got a question. And I think we got a little time. If it's related to the topic, yes. But if it's not, we probably won't answer it. But you can send it to an email, and we can send it to you that way. 17 saying hello, Hebrew. Shay Viking is saying, Jerry, a great leader, teacher, and speaker, and spirit. Thank you, Shay. Everybody's saying hello to Hebrew. He says, have you ever heard of sticks being left outside someone's home on a porch? Sick that look like ruins. Yes. Flowers, skulls, dead birds, stones, marbles. And something too, when you say it looks like ruins, tell me what ruins. What ruins are you talking about? Because you see things that are just put together. And sometimes when people say, it looks like ruins, okay, well, what ruins are you talking about? Well, ruins. Okay, well, what ruins are you talking about? Because they could have just been leaving a hope. But most of it, it's just a gifting thing. It's trying to communicate with you. It wants to see if you're going to leave something for it. And if you are, if you even think about that, get the Bigfoot Gifter's book. Read that book and see what's going to happen next. Cheetah's here, yeah. The War Chief said the questions will be looked at and answered later, Hebrew. Thank you, War Chief. Yeah, I couldn't find the picture. Last Tick Machinery says, hey, Tracker 17 and Shay. I was listening and didn't. Yeah, it had been a great stream. Or has been a great stream. Oh, 6 that looks like letters. What letters? Yeah, she says, Hebrew, thank you for your question. The spelling would be ruins. Hebrew. Hebrew. So it's spelled ruins, R-U-N-E-S, or. But it's all about gifting. Did you do anything back to them? Did you, but you don't want to get into any kind of offering or gifting. If you don't know about that, get the Bigfoot Gifter's book. I wish you would have took a picture of it. Could it be spelled like ruin, as in the Viking letters? He said, yes, ruins. There was, and you can make whatever you want to make out of it. There was a woman who, we showed her, it was more of a spider web crossing, but she took it into a whole different thing and said, this is a, Hebrew's got a picture of it. Okay. Maybe we'll save that for another stream. Or send it to my email. I think it's in the description, but I'll go ahead and write that down. You can send that to my email there, and I'll look at it. But most of it is just trying to connect with you, trying to, and any kind of connection is an open door. And you have to understand that you're opening a door to a demon that wants to eat you, wants to drink your blood, wants to take the essence, your awareness, and it's going to use whatever it can to attain that connection. Once that connection is made, it's for life. It's not going to break off. The only thing that's going to help you is God. But God can break that off for you. But you also got to choose to do that. You got to choose God, choose Jesus. But if you're going to, all I can say is don't get it started. It's like, knowing someone is an abusive person and you start dating them or you start, communicating with them, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to happen. Oh, it's a friend of yours that lives in South Carolina got that. I don't know your friend, but as a lot of times when these things happen, it's like they've already tried to communicate, already tried to gift. They know that they're there. And you would know that they're there if you're asking questions like this. Because you know that a predator, and some people just, you got to get in the mind that these are predators. Because a lot of people are like, well, they left these sticks on my front porch. They left this skull on my front porch. They left this flower. No, a predator that wants to eat you is trying to make contact with you, and they are trying to use this as a connecting tool. So we got to know what they are first. The origins, their beginnings, it's all in here. The DNA, it's all in there. Let's see. So we are talking about the water spirits, but also I think the DNA is in one of the chapters. It's not just titled the DNA. Chapter 1.7 says communication with bad people always leads to a problem, or leads to problems. They're as bad as predators, human predators. Yeah, you're right. And he said, this is very interesting. But you know your friend, so you know basically what they're doing, and they've probably talked to you about gifting, or that these things are coming around their home, or they've seen them, or they've seen tracks. But this predator is boldly coming up to them, coming up to their front porch. That also means that they're looking in their windows at night. They're watching them because they knew when that person was not home or inside. It's a predator. It's not going to just come walking up. Well, it will come walking up to you or come out at you fast if it thinks that it can take you, or if it's hungry enough. But most of the time, if it was a good thing, it would come up and talk to you. But these things don't have a language. They mimic languages. Orchie says, remember Jaws? They chime for sharks. And they got one, didn't they? Yep, that's right. You go play around with these things. These things will answer. They will, like the people who are out there knocking and whooping and all that. You're going to get an answer. You go out and gift, you're going to get an answer. These things will come to you. They will follow you home. They will ride on your vehicle. A lot of people don't know if they take things home because they will look translucent. They'll be hanging on the back of your tailgate, riding on top of your truck, riding on top of your car. And also you can feel your car when you're leaving places. And sometimes whenever we feel heavy, we'll stop in a lit area, pull up real slow, get in a lit area, and get a stick and go in the back or go on the top, go underneath it. We haven't hit anything yet, but afterwards, when we're taking off, our car feels lighter. But we always kind of slow down into the light area, and that also gives them time to get off. But whenever we get out, of course, we got our protection with us, but we're swishing at the car and everything, the back of the truck, and once we get back in the car, it's a lighter car. So, and people carry these things on trailers. They ride on buses. They ride on trains, in and outside of towns. People just don't know what they're looking for. And Warchi said he meant chummed. Yeah. And whenever you don't know what you're looking for, you don't know that you're looking for this. This is hard enough to see right here. But when you're not looking for something like that, it's very easy for them to ride home with you, follow you home, walk with you out of the park area. You go swimming, they go into the water too. You don't see them unless you train to see these things. And we talked about that too, of how once you see, you can't unsee. Because now you're aware that these predators are everywhere and they're around all of us. There's not one place, like we said, that we haven't tracked, that we hadn't found these things. Every state, and we haven't been to every state, but we've been to multiple states and tracked with people and friends who asked us to be there. And we found them, we've tracked them back to caves, back to holes in the ground, back to ambush areas, places like that. But Memorial Day weekend is coming up. It's going to happen again. It's not a prediction. It's a pattern. It happens every year. And people always, I know they're going to top in and say, yeah, you were right. There was a lot of drownings this weekend. We know, but we're trying to get you prepared before. We don't want drownings. We don't want people taken. We don't want these predators surviving and thriving and growing and multiplying. Taking the DNA from people to look more mannish, man-like, man-looking. But they're doing it at a regular basis, regular time. The more people who know, it doesn't happen to them. We know what to look for. But the people who don't, just like the report from the sheriff in that comment, or whatever it was found in the center of the cove. That's exactly where we're in the book. We say look for, in the very center of that lake or the very center of the pond. That's where you're going to find it, or find the body. But we don't want to find bodies. We don't want missing people. We track for missing people, but we don't want to go tracking for missing people. We've been out in snowstorms and dark nights. That's not the prime time to go looking for people, but that's the time we get called. And those are things that we have to do. But if people had these books, they would know not to be doing certain things or camping in certain areas, or they would get to a camping area and they'd look around. Oh, there's a blind, there's an axe, there's a bow, there's an ambush area. And, well, it's not a good place to camp, so it's time to move on. Let's find a good, safe place. Worksheet says, and Canada. Track 17 says, inability to unsee brings awareness to see. Perfect. And that's also in the book also. You can close one eye and, say see, and your eye will focus and open up and find what is out of the ordinary, what is not supposed to be there. And it can look like a complete wall of the forest, but it will focus in and let you know there's something right there. Hebrew says, and thank you for answering my question, Jerry. Thank you, because we was at the end pretty much, so it was okay. Hebrew says, thank you all here for informing me. Yeah, you're in a room full of trackers. Everybody knows what's going on. That's the best room to be in, especially if you got a question. There's probably 15, 20 trackers that can answer those questions. Nat Stars has put up a HHPS link for the Bigfoot gifters. Thank you, Nat Stars. Also, she put up a link for monster spotters. You can go to those links, click on them, go to Amazon, or you can order through here. Just send us an email, and we'll autograph them for you and put them in the mail and send them out to you. Ward Chief says, gracias, Night Stars, gracias. Tracker 17 says, Paratrooper Bigfoot book is in Amazon at the AU, which is Australia, and there is a link. You can go there also and get you a book off Amazon. But these books are so important, and we train with these books. All the trackers will tell you, we use this book. We go through this book. We study this book. And for the longest time, we were having to talk to one person for 2 to 3 hours and still didn't cover everything. So that's why we wrote the book, because there's so much more. But you could read it in one setting. It's easy to read. But then you would know what else I need to go back over, and you'll reread, and keep going back over it. But next time you go out, you're going to be very, very safe. Your family's going to be safe. If you can get the Monster Spotters book, which is also on Amazon, or you can order it through here. The pictures, everything, the information in here is so important. I also want to show you one more video before we close up. That's going to help you. Hero says, I own the book, but it's the best to hear directly. All right, Hero. Elastic Machinery says, I've been spending the night at the hospital the last 3 nights to have the Paratrooper Bigfoot and the gifters. I laid them out, and they started several conversations. They're great for that. Wow. You're helping a lot of people by doing that, just by bringing up that conversation and people having someone to talk to. Tracker 17 says, the AU Amazon for the Bigfoot gifters link. All right. Elastic Machinery says, nothing's wrong. He's visiting his grandmother, and she's okay too. That's good news. Hero says, I don't own the newer books. You can get them through us. Let me see if I have a. Yeah, I just dropped one. And this is the Bigfoot Gifters book, and this is the children's book. The children's book is so important too, but the Bigfoot Gifters book is for, you're not going to, people have these festivals, and they teach people to whoop and holler out there, and Bigfoot call contests and stuff like that. They're teaching their children how to call in a predator. You wouldn't be trying to call in a lion. You wouldn't be trying to call in a grizzly bear. You wouldn't be teaching your kids, call that cougar in, see what happens. Call that hungry wolf in, see what happens. You wouldn't be doing that. And the Bigfoot predator is the apex. It would eat the coyote. It would eat the wolf. It would eat the cougar. It would eat the grizzly. And these people are teaching their children to call. And we're saying, no, don't call. Don't be gifting. Don't be calling. Don't be whooping. I want to play this one video. It's a few minutes, but it's something we all need to hear. Let me get that loaded for you. And this was also done by one of our trackers. And our trackers have so much information. If you take the tracking course, you'll understand what they learned in there. But let me get this loaded real fast.
Everybody, welcome.
Okay. So I'm going to play this video for you real fast. and take a minute, sit back, relax, and listen to one of our trackers, or actually two of our trackers, who has went through the course, graduated on tracking teams. They're at tracker meetings. You'll be impressed with what they did. So sit back and enjoy this for a little bit, and we'll be right back and we'll finish up. But I wanted to make sure you've seen this tonight because of the importance of the children's book. Now, this is also of the Predator, Bigfoot, and Spiritual Warrior's Path, the importance of this, everything that we're talking about the drownings. We tell you what's going to happen, where to look for them, how to find them, how to see. And this right here is about the children's book, the Monster Spotters book. So everybody sit back, just relax a minute, but listen to what's being said.
Everybody, welcome back to Miss Holly Jean. Hi, I'm Holly, and today I am here with my lovely children,
Nika and Mirko Jazzy,
and we have got something to unpackage today. What could it be? Well, I'm sure you already know by the title, but the kids haven't seen it, and we are about to reveal what it is. So here it came packaged like this.
Cool package.
Okay, so I'm gonna open it. Are you able to reach far enough to show the book and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it is a book, like I just got them say. And it is a children's book. And it is by Jerry Williams and Lee Tracker E. And we are about to give you guys a sneak peek. We will be reading the whole thing, and we will cut it down and give you guys just a sneak peek of the book, because we want you to go buy it. We want you to enjoy the book. We don't want to give the whole thing away, because what fun would that be, right? Okay, so it came like this.
There's two.
Do you want to tell me, what does it look like, babe?
It's just little packaging, and one of them says Nico, and one says Tracker J.
Aww. So you guys each got a book. So Nico, you can open yours, buddy, and you can follow along as we read, okay?
Okay.
Follow along, and then you and Sissy can take turns reading it back and forth. How's that sound?
Oh, Nico got a little bookmark.
Oh my goodness.
Has a little angel.
Oh, you love that, buddy?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
I thought this was actually just going to be a book, but actually this is probably like a special prize or something.
Oh, our friend Lorna made those all the way from Canada. What do you think about that, bud?
Cool.
Yeah, those are neat, huh? Okay, so did you open up your sis?
I'll open up mine now. Oh, I got mine. And it's orange with like a pinkish red angel.
Oh, pretty. What colors was brothers? I didn't know they were different
Blue.
colors. Awesome. High five it. Woo woo. Okay, so Jazzy will show you guys the cover of the book and reveal the title. It is called
Monster Spotters. Written and illustrated by Lee Tracker E and Jerry Williams.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead. You can tell, Mama.
Here are the monster traps that I'm about to say. Bush, bow, monster bridge, pull down blind, stretcher, whatever this says, pointer, break, trap, X, tree.
Ooh, you gotta look for all those things in the book?
I already just spotted a tree, a bush, and a monster bridge.
Ooh. So what does it say on that first page? It says spot what?
How many monster traps can you spot in this book? Yeah, it's kind of like an I Spy book.
Ooh,
Except it's a
yeah, you're
monster
right.
trap.
Yeah, exactly. That's so cool. Okay, so along the way, you guys can be looking for things like that. That's neat, huh? It makes it interactive.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing like when I first got this book.
Cool. Okay,
Wait, it says
while you're
something-
waiting for us, okay, he couldn't wait. He was kind of thumbing through it. Okay, well, keep going, you guys. Read the first page. You guys can take turns. Go ahead.
It's good to love life, but also be wise. We must learn to see it through tracker eyes. And here's what it looks like.
What does it show?
It shows a Bigfoot, and then it shows a little kid from the front page with little binoculars looking at it.
Spotting them out.
Mhm.
Okay. And then Nico, you can pick a page.
Okay, let me try to find.
It can be any page. Pick a page.
Okay. If people don't listen and tell you you're wrong, you know you're brilliant and strong. When the day is over and the sun has gone down, pat yourself on the back for still being around.
Here's what it looks like.
What does it look like, Nico?
It looks like there's another kid flexing off his like muscles or something.
Yeah, because he's strong.
And then there's the kid that I was talking about, but instead he got like orange hair, and then he's like kind of have a frown face. And then on the next page, he probably like worked out again, like that one kid who bullied him from one of the days that got bullied.
Holy, you got all that. You made up your own story within the story. Okay.
I'm just
That's-
seeing what it looks like.
Oh, that's very good. Wow.
These-
Awesome observation, son.
These bookmarks actually look pretty cool.
Yeah, those are super neat. Thank you, Lorna. That was so kind of Miss Lorna to send those to you guys, eh?
Yeah.
And then Sissy's turn. You want to pick a different page?
Yep. Get lots of sunshine and breathe the fresh air. Enjoy all the beauty and all the people who care. It has a dad and a little kid at a little trailer park having a little tea party. And the next page, it's fall and the dad has a little girl on a little piggyback ride
Oh.
with leaves falling.
So
Okay.
this is a real picture of like a puppy and a predator. And then there's another picture.
Artist
Yes.
rendition.
Yeah, couldn't actually see the predator, but I finally just seen the puppy right there. See the arrows? That's arrows. I mean, that's where the two whatever. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying now.
You're doing good, son. It's okay. Keep going. The arrows. What about the arrows, baby?
The arrows mean whatever they mean. That means if it says predator, then that means if you can see the predator, then that means the predator is gonna try and attack the dog. And then at the next page, which is a 71, the real photograph is 70 and 71 is like a little drawing of what it could have looks like.
Okay, Sissy, do you want to explain it?
So it's a real life photo and it says predator, and then has a predator Bigfoot, and it says puppy. And the predator Bigfoot hybrid is using the puppy as bait to get people to go over there and try to get the puppy.
Oh, okay. Do you want to show them so they can see the real photograph and then the artist rendition?
And here's the artist rendition.
Yes. Awesome.
Okay.
So you did a very good job explaining that, Nico. Good job.
Really good, Nico. High five
Thank
it.
you.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick a page now. Okay, I'm picking 38 and 39. Please tell your parents if they don't know, some places aren't safe and no one should go. If they haven't warned you or told you beware, teach them the dangers and tell them you care. When your hairs stand on end and you shudder, my friend, a predator may be near. And this is the photo.
It's an actual photo or is it her
Drawing.
drawing?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Soothing yourself with food, booze, or drugs make people sneaky and lazy like slugs. It's safer to sing, create, pray, and talk. It's healthier to excuse, dance, play, and walk. We also walked for like 10 minutes outside like yesterday. It was pretty fun doing that.
Yeah, I think it was more like you guys were gone for like 20, 25 minutes, half an hour, somewhere around there.
Yeah, we also did like a loop around our like town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The bigger guy with a bigger stature laying on a couch with his little cat with food
Being a lazy slug.
and boxes and chips and cookies. And next one, oh, it's a dog. And it's the same guy wearing a purple shirt that says faith over fear. He's walking on the sidewalk, walking his dog or cat.
It looks like a cat.
It's probably a little dog.
And there's also a missing poster of somebody.
With orange hair and glasses.
Is it
And a orange.
a kid or an adult?
I don't know if it's a kid and an adult.
You can't tell if it's a kid or a missing adult. What do you see on it, the missing poster? Does it say anything or it just says missing with a little face?
It looks like a face with a gelatin and then almost like everything except the glasses is like orange. And there's like a car parked like going to like wait, let me see. More going to like the right.
Mm-hmm. And what else do you spy on those pages, bud?
And then like a little wall.
Do you see anything else, bud?
Let me see. Then there's like a little brick barrier, and then there's like a sidewalk where the fat lazy slug was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Darn it. Well, he got it together. And is it the same guy that got it together? And now he's like, yeah.
Yep. I'm going to read the first page, page 12 and 13. It's good to love life, but also be wise. We must learn to see it through tracker eyes. Some things even grown-ups never were taught, but nobody's so old that they can't get caught. And it shows a drawing of an old man and a kid, grandpa and grandchild. And underneath the word caught, it has a bunch of missing posters on a on a board.
Bigfoot hides, which is also the heading of it, in trees, branches, high and low, to spy on you and those you know. So cover your windows and lock your doors. Some monsters 2 feet, others have 4.
And Nico and Jasmine are featured in this book. And if you would like to see them, they are on the page that Nico just read. So cute. What do you guys think of yourselves?
It's so
In cartoon form.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Does it look like you, Nico?
Yeah.
Could you tell it was you right away?
Yeah, definitely.
And if you want to see us, you can buy the book. You can get it on Amazon.
You can get it through Amazon, and we'll leave the link pinned in the comments. And it's such a great, informative book to buy for your children. Super cool and interactive.
Okay, so I'll read page 26 to 27. Monsters hang out at bus stops and mailboxes too. They wait for the chance to jump out at you. They sometimes mirror people to trick people off. They also make sounds like a cry or a cough. So if there is something calling you near, make sure it's not a monster you hear. And then it's Predator Bigfoot hybrid is hiding in a bush outside of a house and it's yelling help. And the other page is a little kid and a Bigfoot right by the school bus. And he's trying to figure out a way to get to the school bus without getting attacked. And X is a flex that means keep out. When you see one, you know that there is danger about. When you look at a tree and see a bow, there's something important that you should know. A bow is a tree bent into an arch. Never go through it. Away from it march. Never whistle in the woods. It calls the Bigfoots, and that's no good. And it has a photo of X, or a drawing, of the X in the arch. Then it has a Predator Bigfoot hybrid in, like whistling.
And what were you guys taught from itty bitty little kids since you were littlins?
Never whistle at night. And the woods at night.
Great job. Yeah, both of you are correct. Never whistle at night, never whistle in the woods, because it brings in evil, bad spirits, right?
Hey Jocelyn, did you read page 44? No. Okay, I'm gonna do this one then. Monster bridges are big and small, but we must be careful around them all. The monster hide at either end, and none of them will be your friend.
And it has a drawing of a monster bridge and 2 little kids fishing. It shows a drawing of what happens underneath the bridge, which is a little Predator Bigfoot hybrid.
So what did you guys think of the book?
It was really informative, and it gave me a refresher.
I learned so much things from the monster traps. I'm gonna try and keep this book for like the rest of my life. Like, this is one of the best books I ever had in my whole entire life. I don't even care if there's like so much pages. I'm gonna read like the whole entire thing.
That's awesome, buddy.
And I'm gonna make sure to pass this around as a family heirloom so that all of my kids, future kids, can be informed.
And here are some of the, and we're, actually I don't know what I was about to say, but anyways, this book was made in the USA, Las Vegas, Envy,
Nevada.
Huh? NB, that stands for Nevada, the state of Nevada.
Las Vegas, Nevada, March 29th, 2025.
Wow, I can't believe you guys are in a book. That's so amazing. Thank you to Jerry Williams and Lee Tracker E. We appreciate you guys so very much. And thank you for letting the kids be in the book. That's so awesome. And we appreciate it. And the kids love the book. And until next time, everybody, why don't you read a good book? How about this one? How about buy this one for your kids, your grandkids, your cousins? It's a great book for anybody and everybody. And the pictures are awesome. What do you guys think about the pictures?
The pictures are amazing, and I believe that they did a really good
That
job
was super cool.
illustrating.
Yeah.
I think Jalton can even draw one of these pictures. And guess what? If I become an artist like Tracker Williams or Tracker E, I'm gonna try and draw like one of the pictures they drew in this book.
Cool. That's awesome, buddy. And until next time, everybody. Okay,
Love you. Mean it. Bye.
Hi, this is me, Holly, again. This is a few days later, and I am sitting with Nico, and we have an update. Nico wants to tell you about what he did the next day after we recorded this. And you want to tell him what you did?
So I asked them moms if I could actually have permission to bring my Monster Spiders book to school. And guess what? Me and Augie actually, wait. Oh yeah, Augie is my best friend, to be clear.
Yeah.
And me and August actually read together. I skipped them the first page, and I showed him the little you know the little text right in the front of the page, like the first page.
Yeah.
And then I did the second page, which is where you spot out the monster traps. We did that at the end after we read like everything on.
So first you guys read the book through, and then you what, took Augie back to the beginning and then showed him that page?
Yeah.
And then what, you guys went back again and found all the monster traps together?
Yeah.
That's super cool. Was Augie able to find monster traps along with you? Could he recognize them?
Yeah.
That's awesome, buddy. Did you guys find a lot of them?
Yeah, we didn't actually finish like finding all of them, and
You run out of time.
yeah, it was pretty fair that I actually forgot where all the monster traps were, so I just had to start all over again, which is pretty nice, to be honest.
Well, that's awesome. That sounds like a great time sharing your book with a friend. Did you show your teacher?
Yeah. Yesterday when I actually brung it, and this is actually my second time bringing it. Yesterday I tried to show it to my teacher, Mrs. Thurber, but she had actually a doctor's appointment, so I couldn't show her in time.
Oh man, well there will be plenty of days where you can bring it back, okay? Does that sound good?
Yeah, but if you guys also have the Monster Spiders book, if you're wondering which page me and Jocelyn are, both of us are in page 17.
Okay, what do I tell you to do every night?
Pray to Creator, put my protection bubble on to keep me safe from any evil spirits in the dream world and in real life.
Well, good night, everybody. We hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that review from us gets a 100. That was a great review by two of our trackers and a young tracker that's up and rising. And that was the Monster Spotters book review, video review. They showed a couple of illustrations. All the artwork was done by Lee Tracker E. Wonderful artist. If you ever see and all this is her artwork also. If you look at the detail, I mean, this is her artwork. This is her artwork. very talented, very, very, very much talented. So, well, let's get to the comments, and then we'll get to the last part. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Hebrew says that he doesn't own the newer books. Two ways to get that is through us. Through the email, you can do that. Cash App or PayPal. Or find it on Amazon. Just type in the name. You'll find it that way also. Now it starts to, sorry to hear you're in the hospital. Oh, well, he's not in the hospital. He's visiting his grandmother. And she's okay, is what he said. He says, you learn a lot from those books, Elastic. I think the only one Elastic Machinery doesn't have is this one. But Hebrew is the one who doesn't have the new ones. Word Tracker C says, that's excellent news, Elastic. It's good that no one's in serious harm. Prayers for you, Elastic, and family. That's great, Elastic, from Shadow Tracker J. Nastar says, are you okay? That's awesome that you leave the books out. It will draw attention. Tracker Lauren says, prayers, Elastic Machinery, for you and your family. Okay, Ness says, Monster Spotters is the bomb. Also, artwork and the information is spot on. Yeah, even with that trailer and where you're going to find the ravines, and there's more in that Monster Spotters book. And those were just some of the pages, and I was looking at some, I was like, oh, this is good, this one's good. A lot of information for children to learn, and it will keep them safe. I can guarantee you that. Elastic Machinery says, yes, or thanks. Yes, I've walked back into the room and caught the nurse reading The Predator Bigfoot. I wrote the name of each book so they can buy their own copies. I hope they do so. Nurses save lives, and you would be saving their lives too, and their families. War Chief's got a thumbs up. Night Star says sweet. Night Stars also has a I don't know. Could be a lollipop, could be a magnifying glass and a whistle or something, candy wrapper. And K. Neff says, the books are excellent for gifting to family and friends. It sure is. If especially before these times we're going fishing, camping, things like that, just to know the signs and what they look for can save lives, because you won't camp there, you won't go fishing there, you won't go swimming in that area. Night Star says, oh, his and her pillow. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Elastic Machinery said, this is such a cool unboxing video. Elastic Machinery had a good, cool unboxing video, too. Night Star says, I know that voice. Everybody knows that voice. All of those voices now. And Word Chief says, Hilly and Little Warrior Jazzy. All right, he meant Holly and Little Warrior Jazzy. Tracker Lorna says, so awesome. Tracker 17 says, a very good review indeed. And K. Neff says, love this video. Good job out there on that video. And there you go, Jazzy. This is what she put up. She said, thank you for putting our video up. This is so cool. And I know she probably went, this is so cool. I know it'd be a little bit better than that, but Shadow Tracker J says, very inspirational video. Sure is, especially for other children to hear that other children are getting the information and how easy it is to read, and how it's going to help them. Elastic Machinery has, there you go, Jazzy, your review gets a review of 5 stars. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Tracker 17 says, there you go, Jazzy, this is an exceptional review. of monster spiders. 100 out of 10. Good job. War Chief Tracker C says, Future Warriors, I love it. Night Star says, great job, Lyrical Jazzy. And she has got also looks like a smiley face with a party hat. I think that's what it is. War Chief says, this has been just a wonderful book review. Good job out there. Shade Viking has got I don't know, not sure what that is. And Night Star says, amen. And says, that was so sweet. And but hers like, sweet. Night Star's how her sweet would be. War Chief says, hallelujah. And look who here's Shadow Tracker 888. He says, good evening, trackers. All right, good seeing you. JR says, great works. Good job. Such a well done job. The whole family, you can hear them all together doing this. There you go. Jazzy says, thank you, Jerry. That means a lot. Oh, you're so welcome. Your entire family is just so wonderful. We love all of y'all. Oh, when Night Stars get the book, she knows. Page 17. She's going to see you and Nico in the book. Page 17. She says, got it. War Tracker C. War Chief Tracker C says, hello. Howdy to Bob. Tracker 17 says, good evening, Bob. Shadow Tracker 88. Night Star says, hi, Bob. Shadow Tracker J says, blessings, Bob. Tracker Lorna says, hi, Bob. Shadow Tracker 888. Hebrew says, okay, perfect. Thank you. And a nice video. It sure was. Elastic Machinery says, those children were truly engaged and excited about this book. He also says, y'all did such a great job making monster spotters. To tell you the truth, it was mostly lead tracker E. I just helped out with a few details, but she is an artist and she did such a great job on a book. I don't like taking any credit that it's not deserved. I'll give it all to her because she did a wonderful job. So we also, when you're going out there, Memorial Day weekend's coming up. Make sure you check out your terrain, check out your area. Look for the signs. Look in a strategic place that's going to overlook the picnic area, the camping area, where the people swim, where people go down to the edge to fish, where they tie up their boats, where the boat docks are. Look out there and sometimes even give yourself a good distance as far as look out there. Be very strategic on where you're looking. They're not going to be just everywhere. They're going to be in very strategic areas behind the tree or where if you look at a tree, there may be a clearing and bushes around it because they're going to stand there at night or they're going to feel that spot and it's going to be dark and you can just overlook it. Watch the woods. When you're swimming, fishing, hiking, canoeing, kayaking, boating, because they will flip those little boats over whenever you're, even if you're doing trot lining or flat bottom fishing, they will knock those over and get you in the water. Look for ripples in the water where it's moving towards you, towards your boat. Look for a shadow underneath that water, going towards the swimmers. Have somebody watching while everyone else is having a great time, and you can take shifts, and we talk about this, but be facing the woods and have somebody just watching the water. You can't be overcautious, and you can all switch. You can all have a great time, and everybody's going to come home. Everybody's going to be safe when you do that. Always, whenever you're outside when someone goes outside, you be outside with that person. If your pet is outside, be outside with that pet, unless you have some kind of enclosed cage. But also have some place where you can watch your pet. But if children are outside, be out there with them. doing the dishes, looking out the window, because you're going to go here, you're going to go there, you're going to take your eyes off, and once those predators see that you left that window, that's a perfect time to grab those kids and take off with them. They do watch to see, and that's a part of love. If these predators see that you're out there with that child, every time that child is out there, if you're out there with your spouse, every time that spouse goes outside, if you're out there with your pet while the pet's playing, just sit out there having, be in your chair, just relaxing, but you're out there. These predators see that, and that's a form of love, that you care so much about them that you're going to make sure that while they're having a good time, you're watching the woods, you're watching that water, you're watching the pets, you're watching the kids, you're watching your spouse. Even if your spouse is out there washing the car, be out there. If your spouse is out there, and it doesn't have to be like a spouse, a partner. If they're outside just mowing the yard, be visible. So that because when you're mowing the yard, you're not looking all over the place. You're going, you're doing your lines or whatever. But these predators will be watching. If they see that person has got somebody watching them, they know that's a hard target. They're going to go over to the neighbors who are not doing that. They're going to go find the people who don't have this book, who don't have this book, who don't have this book, or have the Spanish version book, or have the Spanish version. Deterrence is the biggest thing. Love, trust in God it's higher than that, but the deterrence is very important. Be very strategic when you're looking for these structures. You have to think of if it was a human predator, where would they be to watch you or to watch your children? Where would they be at? They wouldn't be out there just, standing. They're going to be in a tree that's a little further out, in the top of the tree, or where that tree has a visible area where they can sit and watch. They're going to be at the low part of the baseline of a wood line. They're going to be to where they can stand between two trees and be visible, where they can see through that. When you come out of your house, either way, straight down the doorway, or straight down the side of the house, you're gonna find there's a spot that can be seen. Yeah. No. Yeah. But look for these things. Look for the strategic areas. You be strategic, especially when it comes to your family and your kids. If you're out just helping watch other kids, be very strategic. Think, where would I be if I had to watch this spot? Think of like a military and snipers. Where would a sniper be? And get to looking for where would a sniper be. It's not going to be a sniper, but it's a predator. And these predators will pull down, or they'll pull a tree over, or they'll push something up, and just look through to where they can see. Look in those dark areas. Shadow language. It's in the Predator book. Shadow language. Translucent viewing. Learn that. Learn how to use it. Read about the West Side Killers. Know what that's about. A lot of information. Thunder and lightning. Water spirits. There's a whole bunch of information here that's never been put out there about this predator. And it will keep you safe. It has saved lives already. And it will continue to do so. But if you don't have the information, you're at more jeopardy than anyone who has this information. Don't trust the people who are going to tell you to whoop and call and knock and gift. Don't trust them, because they don't know what they're doing. Especially people who want you to do it just to see if you get a result. Those people are very dangerous, because it's not their life. It's your life that's going to be infected. or affected or both. So let's say we're going to get to last of the comments, and then we're going to close up for tonight. But the hunt is on. It's here now. It happens every year. It's a pattern. It happens every year. Let's see. This is where Elastic Machinery did such a great job on making monster spiders, and proud of that book. It helps a lot of people. It's got a lot of visual color that the kids will understand. Parents will understand it. Even reading it to a child, or even reading it yourself, it gives you a visual, it gives you an understanding and things to remember. Tracker 17 says, I'm planning to review my monster spiders near a yaoi ground. Luckily, I have many grounds to choose from. There you go. Good job, Tracker 17. War Chief says, Warriors friends, remember to keep your armor of God on at all times. Once you put it on, don't ever take it off. Tracker 17 says, I've been a bit distracted, hence my review has been late. Yes, War Chief, 100%. Elastic Machinery says, Amen, War Chief Tracker C. Night Star says, yes, War Chief. Night Star says, cool. Tracker 17. All right, so we're caught up, and we hope you had a great night with us, spending time with us. But it's very important, these nights, that we do this to share information. You know, we know these things, and we don't go out there unaware. But too many people do. Look up missing people. Look up last Memorial Day weekend. See how many people drowned, and look at your own lakes. See what's going on there. There's some lakes that are more has more hazards and has more missing people, more drowned people. That you take that in consideration, that something is doing that. You don't have 10, 20 people a month drowning in one lake for no reason. And also check for that blood loss if you get a chance. If you're allowed to do that, have the doctors check for blood loss. That's very, very important. And look for puncture wounds, especially underneath the right arm, the inner right thigh, the left arm, where those veins come out. Because they know where those veins are, and they'll hit those. So look for bruising, look for puncture wounds there. Just know it's not a pack of neighborhood dogs that would never harm any other animals, but they get blamed a lot. A lot of pets are put down for no reason, but the people who don't know, they're looking for a reason, and they don't want to give you the truth, but we do. So let's get these last comments. And let's see, Child Tracker J says, they are at the beach, the boat launch, and I have pics of them at both places. She sure does. She has that proof also. They are there. Night Star says, thank you, Jerry and Lee Tracker E, for everything. You're so welcome, and thank you for sharing the information and getting it out there also. Lyrical Jazzy says, when Mom gets more money, she's going to buy more books for the kids at Nichols School so everyone can learn. Wow. Lyrical Jazzy says, good night and love everybody. Sleep tight. Yep. She's got to go to bed. Hey, it's Friday night. So, that's why you're up so late. All right, but everybody have a good night too. Night Star says, Jazzy, that's awesome. That is. Good night. All love y'all. Kay says, God bless. Good rest to everyone. JR says, good night, Warriors. Tracker Lorna says, God bless everyone. Have a wonderful night. Elastic Machinery says, for anyone viewing this in the future and it's important to you, where each dollar goes, consider donating direct. PayPal, Bigfoot Expert. Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you would just like to help us out that way too, uh, more than welcome. We do have Cash App and PayPal, and it's also in the description if you'd like to help out that way. It does go to good uses. Tracker17 says, "Sleep well, warriors. No dreams. Yes, no dreaming. No open entry points." Child Dragon J says, "Good night, my brothers and sisters." All right, so we're going to have a great night. Have our closing prayer. Thank you, Lord, for helping us give the visuals and the words for people to hear. The young voices, the voices that you shared, the information that you passed through us to give to the people, to help them prepare as this year continues, as life continues. Thank you for always having the care to be here with us, to watch over us, to walk with us, to hold our hand, to let us know that everything's going to be okay. Thank you for continuing to share information with us. Thank you for our friends, our family. Thank you for always being here, always being with us, being ahead of us. We're still walking with you. We'll always walk with you. Thank you for helping us get to the ears and to the minds of people to be more aware, to be more careful. Thank you for everything that you do for us. Thank you for our families and friends. Thank you for our trackers. I know we're small, but you gave us minds to defeat any enemy that could come against us. You gave us intelligence like no other. You gave this with the care and the thought of us to be strong, to be prepared, and to always be ready for anything you need done. And we choose to follow, and we choose to do your will whenever you need us. And we thank you for being there for whenever we need you, which is always. Thank you for watching over our friends and family again. Thank you again, and thank you, and thank you. In your Son's name, Jesus, we pray. Amen. Okay, so everybody have a great night. Thank you for staying with us and joining us tonight. This is all about helping each other, getting the word out. We know these times are here. We know these times are cycled, they're repeating again. The only way we can help each other and to get everybody ready is to prepare. So if you can out there, take care of each other, share information. If you're at a park or a swimming area, you might not know those people, but look around, see what's there for them. Have those tracker eyes, and you can help a lot of people too. You just gotta realize that we're all here and we can all help each other. So, everyone have a great night. Thank you again for being here. And we'll see you again very soon. We don't know when the next meeting is or the next stream will be, but who knows? We may have one every other night for a little bit, but everyone have a good rest and God bless. We'll see you again very soon, trackers. See you soon, viewers. See you soon, family and friends. We'll see y'all again very soon. All right, everybody have a good night. Good rest and God bless.
so beautiful. Look at that.
The lady's Bigfoot.
So weird. The effect's not quite the same on film. So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone that's lost in the woods. You'll say a prayer.